Hello, this is Donna from Donna's Creative Space. Today I am going to show you, let's see, I'm going to share this to my other group, not other group, this is my Facebook page. I'm going to share it to my group, my Donna's Creative Space private group, so they can see it if anyone's there watching. And I think I'm going to try to raise my camera. So hang on, you might get a little dizzy. Let's see if that's high enough. I think that's good. Let's see, but now I'm crooked. So let me try to straighten you out. Let's see, how's that? Oh, I think that's perfect. Well, I'm a little late coming on because, well, my son is home today and he was doing a Facebook Live downstairs because he's got an online business too. His business is it's a side business, GuyBostonSports.com. But anyway, so he was doing a live. I could hear him down there, and I thought, you know what, maybe I should hold off a couple of minutes to make sure he finishes, just in case I didn't want to have any problems with the internet. But if you are watching here today on Facebook, please say hello and let me know you're watching. Maybe tell me where you're watching from. I like to know where people are watching from. I am in Andover, Massachusetts, and it is pouring out. Dreary, rainy day. Perfect day to stay in and craft or wrap gifts, whatever. So today I want to show you how to make these gift bags. And oops, I see some pieces of ribbon at the bottom of that one. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make these gift bags, and all you need to make the gift bags is some scrap cardboard, and a couple of pieces of designer series paper. Of course, a ribbon, and I didn't make any tag, but you got to make a tag if you'd like. But I wanted to show you because if you're like me, you buy designer paper and you use what you can, but then you always have a couple of pieces that maybe you just didn't get around to using. And like this one here, this is a Santa one. And when I had my holiday workshop, I cut out the Santa, the train, and there was another piece that had a reindeer on a part of a train, and I used them in a project for everybody that was doing the workshop. So, but I had a lot of this paper left over because you got 2 sheets in every pack, and I had a lot of people taking the class, so I have this paper left over, and I thought this is perfect paper to make a bag. So I did, and I went through all the rest of my paper, and you can also make a small one. I'll show you both sizes. And this one I'm going to make out of this paper, although this isn't real fancy, but it is pretty paper. But so all you need to do is find 2 pieces of paper. You need either, if you're making this size bag, which I will tell you, it ends up being 7 inches high and 3 inches wide. All right, and it's, 3 inches, I guess, in depth, and then wide it is 6 inches, okay? So it's a 6x7 bag that's 3 inches deep, all right? And the little bag ends up, this is made with 6x6 paper. This bigger one is made with 12x12 paper. Now, if you happen to be, like I said, if you're watching this, right now I'm live on Facebook, but I'll upload this to YouTube. So if you are watching this on YouTube, please, you can, if you already aren't subscribed, hit that subscribe button for me and subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you watching, and hit the little bell thing for notifications so you get notified when I am posting the next video. Okay, so this little bag is about 4 inches high, and it is 3.5 inches wide, and then it's 1 1/4 inches deep. So it's a really cute little bag, and you can always, pinch the top of these if you wanted. I did a little bit on this one. You know, you can always get a cute little clip. Do I have any clips? Well, this is kind of a big clip and it doesn't really match, but you could always put a clip in the middle if you wanted and not put on ribbons, right? Maybe if it was for a guy, you might want not a sparkly clip like this, but a little gold clip or something. And this one I just used ribbon. So I'm going to show you both sizes, but what you need, so I've told you the sizes of those. What you need for each bag is 2 pieces of designer paper. And you also need like a little piece of, I say cardboard. It is cardboard, but it's very thin cardboard. And I'm using the white backing that comes in our designer series paper. So I have leftovers of this. If you have leftovers, this is perfect. It's not as thick as regular cardboard, like chipboard, but it's like the perfect thickness. Now you can use just another piece of cardstock. This is just to support your bag. So the way you should pick out your paper is you have to pick out like this Santa, right? The inside was really great to be flipped over because this is just the inside and it gets flipped over for this top flap. So when you pick your paper, pick something that you'll like as your main design of the bag, but you'll also like the inside so that when it's flipped over, you'll see, because you'll see that flap. So I was looking, this is from the Sweetest, what was this called? Sweetest Christmas? Oh gosh, hang on. I want to get the name. I don't know if it's still available. Sweetest Christmas. I was right. Sweetest Christmas. So this one, Sweetest Christmas. This one was Santa's Express. And I have, so this would be really a great bag because I look at the inside and outside. And it's not really directional. We have a diagonal stripe and a dot. So that's really easy. Then this one here, this candy cane from that same paper pack, has a really pretty diagonal green stripe. So you could either have the candy canes as your flap, or if you did it like this, you could have the stripe as a flap. I don't know which one I'd like on that one. Both of them are nice. Here's another piece from that pack. Oop, looks like I only grabbed one piece, or did I pick it up over here? So, well, I'll show you the back of it. So here's another one. So just look at your paper like, you know, inside and outside. This would be pretty as the bag and as the flap, or if you wanted to do it this way is also pretty, right? Or, you know, decide which way you want your diagonal maybe to go. And let's see, so here's another one. This is, and if it's directional, it'll work, but you want to make sure that it's not directional on both sides. Like this one is directional with this, these gift boxes or gift packages, but the inside is not directional. So that works perfectly fine for this. So this would make a cute bag. Now this one here, this one, and this one here, I think these two, if I remember correctly, are from the Celebrate Everything package of paper. Now this one here, the only thing with this, right, is if you look at the paper, so if we have the ornaments upright, when we turn down the flap, this little string of bows is going to be upside down. Now that wouldn't bother me because it would just read red to me. So I wouldn't mind that at all, but just be aware of that when you're picking out your paper. All right, and then I have one more to show you. This is from the Santa Express again. It's very similar to this one, right? And the back side is this fa la 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 la. So the only thing with this one is if you want your people up straight, right? When you fold this over, your fa la 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 would be upside down. So you might not want to do that. And then if you did your fa la 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 and did this, turned this upside down, right? Your flap, your people would be upside down. So this wouldn't necessarily be a good piece to use. You would just want to, but this is how you would audition, for lack of a better word, audition your designer paper. All right, and it goes the same for the 6x6 paper. So I have this piece here, and I want to grab the package of this. I have some leftover pieces, and I just want to look and see what I have, because this would be nice because you could have that overlapping, or I think I would do the bag like this, and that would be my flap. So let me see, there might be something, this would be pretty too, right? And then your flap would be, the back side is this. So maybe that would be your bag and that would be the flap. That would be kind of pretty, right? You'd only see, I think I'll do that one instead of the red. I think that stands out more. Let's do that one. All right, so now I've picked out my paper. So I'm going to do this one and I'm going to do this one. All right, and it's really easy. I'm going to start with the large one. And I'm just looking to see if anybody has found me yet. I don't see anybody, but that doesn't mean that you could be watching, like I said, on YouTube. So I'm just going to check in one more spot, make sure that I want to make sure I'm going live in the right spot. I think I am. You just never know with me. All right, so let's see. Am I still going live? I think so. All right, so let's do, geez, it looks like it froze though. Hang on a sec. Let me make sure that I am still live. I think I am. I think I just screwed up on my computer. So give me 2 seconds. I'm going to log back out because something happened. And I'll log back in because I think my camera is still working. My cell phone is up above filming this. So it's just a matter of me being in the right spot at the right time. Because when I'm in the group, I can see people watching. But let's see. Oh, all right. So I logged out and I logged back in. Oh, Arlene's here. Yes, now I see the number 3. I didn't see that earlier. So I guess it was good that I logged out and logged back in again. Because I couldn't see anything. It was just blank and I was sitting there going, nobody's watching. Oh, Arlene, I know you have a lot of paper. So this is a great way, like I said, to make, have you been watching from the beginning? Because we're going to make this, in case you didn't see it. We're going to make this large one, and then we'll make a small one. This one I thought would be good for New Year's Eve. Maybe if you gave like a New Year's gift to somebody. Because it's black. I don't think that, it's black and gold. I think that would be better for New Year's Eve rather than Christmas. But these would be great bags for Christmas. And they're nice and sturdy because we put that extra piece in there. All right, so both pieces we have to do the same thing. I think I'm going to work on the dotted side. And I'm going to use my trimmer, my Stampin' Up! Trimmer, because I have a scoring tool and a scoring blade. I'm going to remove, let me see if I can move some of the stuff aside so you can see. All right, I'm going to take this cutter off because I don't need that right now. And I don't want to cut by accident. Hi, Jill. How are you? I haven't seen you on here in a while. All right, so you have to score on all 4 sides. But one side of each piece is going to be a little bit smaller, narrower than the other. So I have my measurements here. And you can jot these down while I have this out. Take a snapshot of the screen if you want. But we are going to score 2 inches from one edge, 3 from all 3 of the remaining sides. Okay? Now, if you have directional paper, you want the 2-inch side to be at the top. So where did I put all that paper? So let's see. Well, I don't think, oh, this was directional. Let me just grab here. Right? So is it working fine for you guys? It seems to be, oh, it just got all blurry on my screen. Maybe because my son is doing stuff online too. Am I frozen for you? It's starting to move again, but it keeps getting blurry. I hope it's not because we're both doing stuff. All right. So if you have a directional paper, your 2-inch side would be at the very top because that's the flap. It's going to be a 2-inch flap. The other sides, it froze for a second. Am I back, Arlene? I know that there's a delay, but all right. So 2 inches at the top, but 3 on the other 3 sides. So now this paper is not directional, so it doesn't matter to me. The only thing that matters is that I want to make sure my paper, since it's diagonal, I don't want to have one piece going this way and the other going that way, because then my bag won't be the same all the way around. It looks like it keeps getting blurry. So I hope it's not blurry for you guys. But so make sure your paper's going the same way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it this way, because it's going to go into my, I want to start with 2 inches, but I'm going to leave the paper the same, in the same direction off to the side here, so that I'm going to do my 2-inch side on at the top of this one. And then while I have the paper right here, the second sheet, I'm going to do 2 inches on that side. Just because the diagonal does look similar, I just don't want it to be, I don't want to turn it. It's not blurry there? Okay, good. Thank you. All right, so 2 inches. And then on the remaining 3 sides, you're going to do 3 inches. Simple, simple. So 2 inches at the top and 3 inches on the remaining 3 sides. So I'm just lining it up at 3. And I'm scoring. I'm not pressing too hard with the scoring tool because, you know, it's not cardstock, it's designer paper. Even though this is, Stampin' Up! Has nice weight designer paper, it's not too flimsy. But you still don't want to press too hard, because even though it's great paper, you still don't want to, you don't want to cut your paper with this, because all this is a little round disc that's making the score line. And I'm sure it's hard to see because of the, oh, does it? Neither side is very good. But did I do this side? Yes, I did. Okay, so I did all sides on that one. So here's my 2 inch. Now I'm going to do the 3 inches all the way around. These bags are really great, and it's a nice, makes a nice size. Susan, hi Susan, how are you? All right, so 3 inches, 3 inches, and 3 inches. So just remember that, and you could jot those numbers down, right? For the 12 by 12 is 2, 3, 3, and 3. And then we need one more thing. We need our little support for the base, and you just need one piece for this. And I'm using the cardboard that comes in our designer series paper. Both sides are going to be covered, so it wouldn't matter if I get to that black section. And we want a 3 by 6. What I have found is if you do it a hair under the number, oh, I have to put my blade back in. If you do it a hair under, so I'm going to go just a hair under 3, right? So basically I'm doing it so that I can kind of, instead of putting it right on the 3 inch line, I'm putting it to the right of 3 inch line, because I want it just a hair smaller. All right, and then I'm going to go to 6, just a hair smaller. So I line it up at 6. Oh, I guess you guys might not have been able to see that I was out of the image area. So here's 6. If I line it up, and then I'm going to move it just a smidge to the right. So it's just a hair under the 3 by 6. Okay, and like I said, this is going to be covered, so it wouldn't matter if I got some of this writing. All right, it's a great way to use up those scraps. Okay, so we don't need this anymore until we do the small bag. So I'm going to put that aside, and hopefully you jotted down these numbers or took a snapshot of the screen, whatever you must do. But those are the numbers, right? The measurements. Okay, so we are going to fold. Now I want the stripe on the outside and my polka dots on the, because I still could change my mind at this point, but you have to do it for both. But I want the stripe for my bag and the polka dots for my flap. So I'm going to turn over my 2 inch side and crease it. Make sure my edges line up and crease it. And then I'm going to fold the other sides. I'm going to line this edge up and crease that. And I'll turn this side. I can turn it around. So the other 3 sides that are 3 inches wide, we're going to fold and crease. I just like to do the top here, make sure that's got a nice crease. And then I'm going to open it, and I'm going to do the bottom. Crease, crease. All right, and I'm going to do the same for my other piece. Well, it looks like it keeps getting blurry. All right, so I want the 2 inch side, which is 3 inches wide. I'm going to Hold on. That's 3. I can hardly see anything. All right, 2 inches is my 2-inch side. I know it's getting blurry every once in a while, guys, but please bear with me. I think it's just that we have other people using the internet in my house, maybe. I don't know. So I'm going to fold the 3-inch side in. I'm going to line up my top edge. It just helps with your final results. Just like that. Sorry if I went out of the image area. Crease that. Open it. And now I'm going to close up my bottom. Boy, this would make a pretty bag either way, either side you use. All right, so now we have 2 pieces folded exactly the same, right? I turn them over. There's our flap. That's our top flap. And this is the bottom of the bag. On one piece, just one piece, we're going to cut off. See this little 3-inch square here? And over here, we're going to cut these 2 squares off. All right, just on one of the pieces. So cut right on the score line. If you make one of these, I bet you'll just keep making them. I went off the score line, so I'm just going to trim it up, make it a little, hang on, okay? And then you're going to do the same thing on the other one. Trim up. And these are the bottom corners of one side of your bag, all right, because we're building this bag in 2. Now you could save this would be cute for your tag if you wanted, or just save these 3-inch squares for another project. Okay, so that's our first piece. We remove the 2 corners. Now the next piece, we are going to keep the corners, but we're going to cut up from the side into that 3-inch mark. Okay, from the side to that 3-inch mark. We're going to leave this corner and we're not going to cut here. Just horizontal from the side in, just up to that 3-inch mark that's right there. See? All right. And I'll do the same on the other side. Okay, so we have this kind of created 2 flaps. So we have one piece like this, with the corners gone, and one piece just cut in from the sides. See? All right, now we're going to take our just under 3x6, and we're going to glue it onto the right, the good side, the outside of the bag. It's going to fit, and it's going to be, it should be just a hair smaller. It just fits on better. That's why I cut it a hair smaller. And what I have done is I put instead of putting the glue on this, I put the glue right on my designer series paper. It's just easier. And this is, you don't have to do this step if you don't want to. You could just leave it plain, or like I said, you could use cardstock. But I like to use this white piece from the inside of the paper, and I'm going to center this, and it will fit just about perfect on here. And that I tell you, the first one I made it exactly the size, the 3x6, but it just fits perfect when you leave that little hair. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's just a hair. So I just made it a hair under, right? And I'm gonna let that get nice and secure, all right? And now we're gonna take our other piece. And now we don't wanna see this white. So what this is gonna do, so remember, whatever that piece is, we're gonna cover. It is going to go, here's our full piece that has just the flaps. This piece is gonna go right here. So we're gonna line this up, and I'm just showing you, I haven't put any glue down yet, and that's what's gonna happen, all right? So this cardboard is gonna go on to that same section, but of the second piece. So I'm gonna go ahead, get my glue out. It's see my little glue holder? I'm going to be selling these. I'm having someone make them in purple because that's kind of one of my business colors. Someone that I know has a 3D printer, and they're going to make some for me. All right, so I'm going to put glue on this inside section, right? All right, and then, see, it's great. It holds your, you probably can't see from up above, but it holds your glue upside down so that the glue is nice and ready for you to, in fact, I got to put, and the cap can stay in there, but I got to put a little bit more glue on this edge. It looked like it was gone, but it's a great little thing. So, all right, so now I'm going to put this piece right into that same section of the second piece of designer paper. And what I like to do is fold these up to make sure that I have it in there, right? And then this one, you know, just line it up, make sure so it looks like it's all good, and then hold it down. All right, and we're almost done making this bag. It's so cool. So these are our flaps, and we're going to glue those up first. So I'm going to fold them in, and I'm going to just put some glue. Now you could use tear and tape on this, but I happen to like the tear and tape is great, but sometimes you just have to have that little bit of wiggle room that the glue gives you. And so I'm going to do one side at a time, and I'm going to fold this. I'm going to take my, let's see if you can see this. I'm going to make sure I'm in the whole image area. And I'm going to fold this side up and lay it against here and close this. I'm waiting for the computer to catch up. So I brought those edges right up. So I've got that side closed. It's probably hard for you to see because it's tall. You're only seeing the top of it. I'll try to do this one sideways maybe. So I'm going to bring this down, right? Bring this side up right to the edge of this one. It's hard to do it like this. It's better if you put it flat on your surface. It helps you get that nice square edge. All right, and I can go in and I can hold that down for a couple of seconds. The glue is pretty good. It does seal very well. And see, we don't see that rectangle of white that we put in there. And so now all we have to do is put the glue on this side and this side, and we're going to fold it up. Now, I had thought that maybe I'd go under with it, but it just doesn't. It kind of fits a little bit. Let me make sure, because on one of them it didn't seem to fit. Yeah, it doesn't go all the way to the edge, so you have a little bit of rim. But I think I'll try that on this one. So we are going to put glue on the two sides. I'll do one side first, just so I don't make a mess and get it all over my arm. And I will slide it in. My other bags I didn't, but I'm going to try to do it and see how it comes out. Try to slide it in so you're not squishing the glue out. It's not too bad. Let me see if I can get it all the way up there. Yeah, it's a little, yeah, see, that's what, it doesn't fit exactly. So I'm going to do it, I'm going to go back and do it the way that I've been doing it. All right, put a little bit more glue. I didn't mess anything up because the glue was on the inside anyway. Yes, this is much better. So I'm lining it up. I've got my hand on the inside and I'm lining up this edge here. And now I'll turn it on its side and I'm going to hold it down there. You could take your bone folder and I'm going to do this, like this motion on the inside. Rub it to seal that. All right, and now I can put the glue on this flap. Yeah, I knew there was a reason I wasn't going under that other flap. It just didn't fit very well. It looks good in one direction, but then not in the other. So I want it to look good in both directions. So now I'm going to fold this one on itself, and I can get a nice, see, this is where I want this nice crisp edge here. And hold it there for a second, just to make sure it's lined up. Oh, I can hear my son. He's going live again. I might get blurry again. And I'm going to put my hand in. Sorry, I was off the screen. I wasn't paying attention. But I have my hand in and take my bone folder. I'm going to do that on the inside. This motion here, just on the edge. All right. And then the only other thing I have to do is these little flaps. This is where I just kind of go in here and put kind of an L. And then hold it down for 2 seconds. I don't know if you guys are commenting. I don't have any more comments after Susan said hi. So if you guys are commenting, I'm not seeing them. All right, but that happens sometimes with Facebook. I'm going to do the L on the inside of that and fold that down and hold it for a second. But maybe you guys aren't commenting. Maybe you're just so enthralled by what I'm doing that I'm leaving you speechless. But if you're watching and you want, please comment, say hello. See if maybe there was a time that everybody was watching and commenting and I couldn't see anything. I think it was during my holiday workshop that I had. You are guys are funny. I knew I had you mesmerized. But isn't this cute? This cute little bag. So you can pinch the sides on. I'm going to let this dry for a little bit. And if you have any little, hold on, these little clips, I got a couple of clips off to the side that I'm going to just, I'm going to stick these on just to kind of hold it while it's drying. It is cute and easy. And I'm glad I mesmerized you. I figured nobody was saying anything, so I knew that I had you guys like enthralled. Sorry, I dropped my paper on the floor. I had myself mesmerized that I dropped my paper on the floor. Okay, so now I'm going to put, what I did here is I just put this ribbon in here, but I used a big hole punch. Now you can use a tiny hole punch and then make knots, but what I did is I ended up using the regular size hole punch. It's an old Stampin' Up one, but it's kind of like, you know, your old office ones. I think it's just a 1/4 inch punch, but they also have, we used to have this 1/8 inch punch, which makes a small hole. So you could use a small hole and make a knot, and that way your ribbon won't come through. But the way I did it was I made the holes and then I made my big loop. This was 16 inches and I used 10 inches. I should write that down. Let me write it down and I'll do it in a, so I'm going to say the ribbon was 16 and the ribbon on the small one I remember was 10. All right, in case you and here's the, I'll leave this out for a minute in case you didn't catch it earlier. All right, so what I did, so I think I'm done with these. I'm gonna take those off. I'm going to take a marker that I can see. So let's see, I have a black marker because I'm going to make marks on here where I want to put my holes. And what I want to do is I want to come in, I want to go down about 1/2 inch and I want to come in, I think I did it like about 1.5 inches. Yeah. So I'm going to go down about 1/2 inch and then I'm going to measure over 1.5 inches. I'm just going to put a dot, right? And 1.5 inches over on this side. Just like that. Now these dots will disappear because I'm going to punch them right out. So they end up being a little bit, did I do that on 1/2 inch? I'm looking at my ruler. Oh, I did it a little bit. I did it 5/8. So I'm going to do the other side. As long as you do it the same way. I was looking at the black line, not the yellow line on my ruler. So 5/8 on this one. My other one I did 1/2 inch. As long as you do them the same or roughly the same, it's just you want them same all the way around. Do I still have you mesmerized, Jill? All right. So now I'm just going to take my hole punch and I'm just going to punch right on that black dot that I made. And that's why I don't care that I used a marker, because I'm punching right on it so it disappears. Now for this one, I don't think this ribbon, because I think this is cherry cobbler. What do you think I should use? Should I use this ribbon? I think this would be pretty. Let's see, what else do I have nearby? That's a good length. I think this would be pretty. Let me see. Do I have I have this green, but oh no, that's old olive. That doesn't go at all. So I am going to use this pretty white. This is that organdy ribbon. So I am going to cut. Now you won't see this. Well, yeah, you won't see this because my ruler is at the edge of my table. So I'm going to cut, what did I say, 16 inches? I'm going to cut 2 pieces, 16 inches. Not Old Olive. No, I know. How about a green ribbon? Yeah, I don't have, I thought I had. I have some old ribbon. That's what I should have used, some retired ribbon. Because I have other, see this looks like garden green. It could be shaded spruce, but I think it's garden green. Shaded spruce is a little more bluey. But I've cut 2 pieces of 16 inches. I'm looking up at I have all this retired ribbon hanging on my wall in front of me. And that's when you want to use up some of your retired stuff. So what I did is I put this through, and I don't want to see my knot. If you don't mind the knot, you could, and you want to make sure that it's flat. And then I'm going to tie. So I've got it through, and I'm just going to tie a knot at the top. And I want to do it close to the edge because I measured out 16 inches. And I'm going to pull it fairly tight, right? Just like this. And then I'm going to trim the edges so they're not too long, just like that. See? And then I'm going to pull it through the hole. You can do this because I'm doing a big hole. I wouldn't have to do this if it, and then I just pull it till that's in the center there. And then I'm going to take a glue dot and I'm going to put the glue dot on the back of this knot. I'm hoping you guys can see this. And I'm going to pull it tight so that my little knot is centered there, and I'll press down, and now I have my ribbon all set. On that side, I'm going to do the same on the other side. So I'll stick it through. And there are different ways. You could, if you wanted to, you could, like I said earlier, pinch this bag, just put a clip. I'm going to tie just a knot. And if you wanted to put a tag on this, you can use like some white twine, or maybe that, remember the old twine? I have a lot of it left. That it was, there's the secret, the glue dot. Yes, the glue dot holds it in place. So I made a knot, and I'm going to just trim off the edges. And if you tie your knot kind of the same length close to the edges, your handles will be about the same. So I take another glue dot. I know I'm probably working close to the camera, and I raised it up, right? So I'm going to put a glue dot on the back of the knot. I broke my whole fingernail off yesterday grabbing a package that was out in the rain. I'm so mad because it hurt. It broke it way down. And I don't have a lot of fingernails, but that one was a nice one. And here's my other. So isn't that cute? So you have, that's a good way of doing your ribbons. And it actually makes them kind of look cute on the inside too. Don't you think? When I make the smaller one, you won't be like seeing my knuckles so close. But so that's the big one. So that's the made out of 2 pieces of 12 by 12 paper. I just think they're adorable. I think this is a great little bag. If you wanted to put a tag on it, well, this isn't a tag for this, but I would punch a hole in the tag. This says, thanks for sharing. This is from our team meeting last night. And then tie a little bit of white. I'm trying to see. I have all these tags left over from other things. But I don't think I have any. I save all the ones that I don't think like a turtle would go good on here. But I saved, like if I end up not using it in a card, I end up saving it. And, but I will show you something else. Let me see. So if you had a, oh, look at, this is a wreath. It doesn't go, but you could string this on there and put a to and from on that. So you would just take your tag, whatever tag you end up making, right? I'm just looking to see if I had anything that would match this, but I don't have a lot of garden green in here. Oh, there's a red. So let's say I just wanted this red one, even though it's kind of cherry cobbler. Yeah, that doesn't even go. I need cherry cobbler. But you get my idea. You could just take it, punch a little hole in your tag, right? And take some, well, here's the string that I was telling you about, right? Take some of this. Now I'm going off the edge. And just string your little, so if this was your tag, and you could squeeze this shut and you could tie the two pieces together, or just tie it to one of your, now you guys have probably seen just my knuckles. So you could tie it up top here, right? Just close to that one with a little bow maybe. Now I would use probably a tag. I'd put like a white on that, but I'm just kind of giving you an idea of what you could do. All right, obviously you know how to put a tag on a bag. All right, so let me get rid of that since that wasn't what I was planning on showing you, any tags today. But that's the idea. Or you could just glue your tag on. All right, so that's the big one. Now I'll show you the little one. We're going to make it very similar, exact same way, only different measurements. But can you, I mean, I know you guys are like me and we have a ton of designer paper. So perfect way to use some of it up and make it, and it's a useful way. And I just like the inside with those little, it looks like a little bow the way we cut it, right? Okay, the little one. All right, get your trimmer out or your scoring board. You could do this on a scoring tool too. All right, I'm going to take my blade out again. Let me see. So I think what I want to do is, because this has more sparkle in the centerpiece, so I'm going to make this the top, where this top of the tree is. That's going to be my top, and it's going to fold down with these stars. Or do you think it should be like this? No, you don't see as much gold, so I want this. But I'm going to lose some of it, so it'll be nice because it'll be the center area. So the measurements, I still have this here for you guys to look at. So 2 pieces of 6 by 6. These are your scoring measurements. So these pieces here, I should do this when it's directional. This is your top. Maybe that helps. All right, so the top is going to be 3/4. So I'm going to put it in my, oh boy, I'm running out of real estate here. So I'm going to put this in. I'm going to do 3/4 on this side over here, because whenever I like to use this side of my trimmer when it's like 1 1/4 or less that I have to measure, because then I have this whole big area to use to hold my hand. So I'm going to line it up at the 3/4 mark and score. I've removed my trimmer, so it's 3/4 for the top, and then all the other sides are 1 1/4. So that comes over to here, right? 1 1/4. Score that side. Score this side at 1 1/4, and score this side 1 1/4. All right. 3/4, 1 1/4, 1 1/4, 1 1/4 from the edge. Same thing on this one. See, now if I went this way, I could get it to 3/4, but then I got to try to hold it over here, and I'm right-handed, so if I was left-handed, that would work great. But I can't hold that paper, so I like using, when it's smaller increments like that, smaller measurements, I like using the right side. So I'm doing 3/4 for my top piece, and then 1 1/4 for the other 3 sides. 1, 2, 3. All right, all 3 sides are done. I can get rid of this. Oh no, I need this. You know what I need to make? I need to make, so this support piece is 1 1/4 by 3 1/2. But again, you want to do it just a hair less than that. All right, so I'm going to use this scrap piece, and I'm going to cut 1 1/4. I'm going to line it up 1 1/4, and then I'm going to come just a hair less. Oh, I got to put my blade back in. All right, when you're cutting, you need your blades. So just a hair less than 1 1/4. Let me see if you can, if I lift that up, just see what I mean? You can actually see the 1 1/4 inch line instead of the paper being right on it. Oops. All right, I was just checking. I saw something on the screen. But okay, so 1 1/4 by 3 1/2. So now I'll go on this side, 3 1/2, and then I'm going to come just a hair under 3 1/2. Okay? And if you missed the beginning, this white is just the inside to our designer series paper. We're using the end of the bolt. So now I can get rid of this. Okay, so we have 2 pieces. We're going to do the exact same thing. All right, we're going to first fold and score so that, I'm sorry, not the 2. So this is the 3/4 inch side at the top. We're going to fold it down and crease it. I'll do both. No, maybe I should just do one at a time. I don't want to get anybody confused. So this 3 1/4, no, 3/4 inch side is the top. So that's your flap. So that gets folded. So the inside design is on the outside. All right. So the other sides, we're going to turn it over and we're going to do it so that the good side, this is our bag side, right? The gold is on the outside. So I'm going to fold these. Let me go on this side. Oh, I did that too fast. I just missed my whole line. All right, let's score that. So I scored those and folded those and creased them and made sure that that top flap was already folded over. All right, so that helps. And then I'm going to fold up the bottom. Oh, did I not score? No, I did. Just very hard to see on this paper. So I'm going to fold it up. So 1 1/4, 1 1/4, 1 1/4, and then we have our 3/4 at the top. So there's our 3/4 at the top. I'm going to do my 2 sides, right on, and I'm going to line up the top, crease it with my bone folder, get that nice and creased. Same on the other side. Crease. Make sure I lined it up. Crease that nice. Open it up and fold up my bottom piece. All right. And now we're going to do the same cutting as we did before. So on one piece, these little, this is 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. These 2 bottom corners are going to get cut off. Oh, I do have, oh, you know what, I forgot to tell you guys. I do have a workshop opened because my card class ended yesterday. So let me see if I can get this in the screen so you can see it. I think that, I'll wait till the camera catches up. I think you can see it. Maybe lower a little bit. So my end of the year special, you're going to get a free gift with any order $25 or more. What will that free gift be? I don't know. It might be an embellishment. It might be some 6x6 paper. Who knows? But it will be something good. Okay. So those 2 pieces, those 2 corners are coming off. You just have to shop donnasingleton.stampup.net, but you got to use my host code so that I know to give you the free gift. All right, so now I'm going to cut from the edge in on this horizontal, this bottom piece, this bottom section. We're going to keep that. We don't want to cut off the squares. We're only cutting off the corners on one side. I know that if you've been watching this whole thing, you guys saw me do this on the big bag. But if you're just tuning in, make sure one piece you cut off the corners and one piece you just cut in from the side edge into that 1 1/4 inch vertical score line. That's your little flap there. All right. And then we have our little piece that was 1 1/4 by 3 1/2, just a hair less. Try to remember that when you go to do this. And this is going to go on the right side. All right, so I am going to, with my, and I start with the piece that has the corners cut off. And I'm going to put this liquid glue. Oops, I wanted to get my cover to stay in there. And then I'm going to cover this up. And so that hair, being a hair less, really helps. It just helps the whole bag go together well. Because if it's right on that fold, that crease, then it doesn't fold up. So when it's just off by a hair, it works perfectly. All right, so that's that piece. Now, here's the other side. You want to have, we want to now go, this, your extra support piece, just remember it this way, we don't want to see that. So we are going to flip this over and put it, now we see the inside, we're going to end up putting it right on the same section of the inside piece. So on this side, we put it on the outside, but now we're going to put the glue on the inside of that piece. Right? I'm just putting glue from score line to score line. All right. And then this is going to go right on here. You can line it up. And before I hold it in place for too long, I like to make sure my flaps are going to fold up, which they do, right? Everything's going to fold perfectly. Well, this one's going to fold because that's part of it. So I'm just going to hold that there for a second. All right. It's funny how the glue seems to, it dries pretty fast, but it's, you know, you do have a little bit of wiggle room. All right, so now we want to put the glue on the inside flaps. Usually I put a glue dot. Let me see if I can get a glue dot. Where did I put my glue dots? I try to put a glue dot or two. Sometimes I'm going to try two. Like this is going to go on my cover, and then my cover is going to go in there. And I'm going to screw this down and press really hard. So now, no, I guess that's not going to work. I was hoping maybe I have to actually glue it in there, because I would like to leave it there so that when it's loose, it just stays in there, right? It would be nice. I guess you have to unscrew it. Here I am trying to pull it out. No wonder the cap was coming with it. It was still closed. Ay, ay, ay. All right. I'm going to glue these two flaps, put glue on the two flaps, and we're going to pull up one side at a time, just like this. Well, let me do the side nearest me first, and I'm going to stand it up. I know it's hard for you to see. It's probably better than the big one. You're not seeing like my knuckles way up here, but it helps to have it nice and square on your table to make that nice line, right? See that? And then I'm going to do this side, close this up, right around it, make sure all your edges meet, and I'm going to hold it there for a second. Do, 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 do. I need the Jeopardy music playing in the background now. All right, and then I'm going to fold it on its side and just press it down really good. I can give it a little, use my bone folder, get a little bit of crease in there. And now to close it all up, we're going to put the glue on this inside flap. It's kind of funny making it with the 12 by 12 and then switching to this little 6 by 6, quarter of the size. And then we're going to fold this up, right? We want to hold the bottom nice and tight, bring that up to that edge, and line up the top. Hold it in place for a bit, right? Where'd I put my little binder clips? Oh, I put them off to the side. Let me grab my binder clips again. And this one. Come on. Get it all the way up to the side. You want everything to line up so it's nice and straight. And you can use your bone folder to press the inside. Perfect. That's what I like about the liquid glue, is you have a little bit of wiggle room. Oh, and don't forget, you want to just put a little teeny bit of glue on this little corner, this little flap, and hold that down. And then do your, I'm going to hold my binder clip there. Same thing on this side, just a little bit in that corner. Oh, I think I put too much. That might squeeze out. All right. Where I'm getting this fuzz. Oh, that must be from the twine that I was cutting. All right, so we have our little bag. That's kind of cute. You see a little bit of fancy gold. I don't know if it's Christmassy. I think I'm going to use the same. Oh, you know what? What do you think? Should I use the red ribbon to make it Christmassy? Or should I stick with, or do I want to use the gold? What do you guys think? Gold or red? Gold is very pretty with it, but red would be cute too. Let me see what you guys think. Or I could use the white, but I don't think the white goes very good with that. I think I'd choose the red or the gold. Let's see what you guys think, because this, I thought this white went well with this big bag, and the red went great with this one, and the gold definitely went well with this. I bet you, I don't know if the white would have gone with this. Jill says gold. Peggy, oh hi Peggy. Yeah, white doesn't look good with that either. So the gold goes with gold, right? So we have two golds. I think the golds have it, because the red is pretty, but it doesn't, it gives you that red and green, but it doesn't really go with the bag. Gold. Hi Sue Doherty, how are you? We have 1, 2, 3 golds. That's the winner. All right, so 10 inches. I'll measure with this ruler since I have it out. And then I'll just 10 inches. I'll just fold it over on itself. And there's my 10-inch, 2 10-inch pieces. All right. Oh, I need my ruler. Still need my ruler. Now, I forgot. I haven't done my holes yet. So, for your holes, now, a black would work on this. I'm going to use a white chalk marker. Now, this is a smaller bag. The other one we came in about, what did we say, an inch and a half? I don't know if I want to come in an inch and a half. I think on my first one, I came in about 3/4 of an inch. So that's what I'm going to do again. And I'm just going to mark it 3/4 from the end, and I'm going to just put it, well, actually, maybe I'll do it. No, I think 3/4 is good. So and I'm just going to put a dot from 3/4, half and half. And well, it probably should be a little bit higher. I want to do it like mid. Split the difference of that. I'll do the same on this side, right? So 3/4 will be right here, and 3/4 on this side would be there. All right. So I'm just using a white chalk marker. I just had a new granddaughter. Have been too busy cuddling to see. Oh, congratulations, Susan! That's awesome. Congratulations. Okay, so I'm going to use my paper punch. I'm still going to use the big one. I have the small one here, but I'm going to use the big one. And I'm going to just punch right on those white spots, so I didn't mind marking it up. You could have used any color that you're going to be able to see. Okay, so I have my holes. I have my 10 inches. And I am going to put this in. String it through. I want to make sure it's kind of going the same way. You know, it's flat on the inside so that when I string it through, it will still be flat. And I'm going to tie my little knot kind of close to the end. Oops, I want to leave about as much on either end. See, that's about even, right? And then, oh, I got glue all over me. That's the only bad part about using glue, is unlike It's like I'm in kindergarten. I get it all over me. So that's nice and tight, and then I can cut these at an angle. These aren't my ribbon scissors. Let me get my ribbon scissors out. Oh, they cut much nicer. Okay, that's one side. So I'll pull this through. Come on, gently pull it through. It's a small enough knot. It'll go through that hole. All right. I might trim these a little shorter because we don't have a lot of depth. I really don't want to see that. Okay. And a glue dot. And put the glue dot behind the knot. And I'm going to pull my handle out. Just like that. And press. It doesn't have to be exactly halfway, but I try to get it so it's in there. See that? Can you guys see that? Press it down. And we got a little handle on one side. This is so cute. And same thing on the other side. Oop. Just make sure my ribbon wasn't twisted. And I'm going to make a knot at the top about the same length because I want it to obviously be I'm going to cut those ends off. Oop. Oop, oop. How are we doing on time? Oh, it's after 1 already. We're having so much fun. Rainy days are great for crafting. But these are good because they're useful. This is, you can say that you are, if somebody says, oh, well, you just playing around crafting. No, I am contributing to our Christmas wrapping because these make great wrapping things. You can put a little bracelet or whatever. Oh, I should have showed you what I got from my friend Rebecca. She sent me the cutest things. Maybe I'll show them next time. She sent me a cute little ornament that had my cat's name on it, my cat that I had to put to sleep. And then a frame that said, angels have wings and whiskers, and it had Misty's name on the bottom. So there's our little bag. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way. They're the measurements if you didn't really catch it any of the times that I had it out. So we made a couple little bags. Well, we made one bag. This was my sample, right? And this was my sample that I showed you. And then this is the bag we made together. I'll turn it over this side. The ribbon is behaving better. But aren't they cute? I just think they're just adorable. And, yeah, they're so cute. So anyway, that's how you make bags out of your designer paper. So 2 pieces designer paper. This is the 12 by 12 pieces, right? It's a lot easier when it's not directional. You don't have to worry about the flap turning over. But great bags, right? So your 12 by, I'll leave this out, 12 by 12. And your little one made with 6 by 6 paper. And here are the measurements again, in case you want to make some of these on your own. Oh, I didn't even realize how off center I've been all this whole time. Oh, thank you, Arlene. I'm glad you liked them. That I can move it down a little bit. Oh, I think that these are fun to make and they're so useful. Just stick some tissue paper in there, and that extra piece that we put in there makes it nice and strong. All right, folks, I will see. I don't think I will be going live next Friday. Oh, somebody sent me a heart. Oh, that's nice. What's next Friday's date? The 23rd. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I might sneak on here at noon next Friday, but we'll see. But if I don't, I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday, whatever you're celebrating, and I will see you next time. So thank you for joining me. And don't forget, if you're watching this on YouTube, please hit subscribe. And then don't forget to hit the notification button so that you get notified when I have another video loaded. Bye, guys. Happy holidays.